Hello YouTube, it's Tony, and so this will be my expansion of my safe cracking guide, which is basically part 2. It's mostly going to be focused on optimizing the routes for every level tier of the rotation. In this case, I won't be covering the basics since I already covered that in part 1, which I'll leave that link in the description. Now all the tests were done as if it's non-AFK, meaning that I will click the blue light whenever possible. So starting with the first route, this is going to be the level 62 thieving route. The first place I'll be going to is Wizard's Tower. And so you're going to use your Wicked Hood teleport, then climb one beam down. Now there's 2 safes there, one in the east and one in the west room. After that we're going to go to Wise Old Man's house. And so you're going to use your Amulet of Glory to Edgeville. Then you're going to enter the house to the east and pretty much climb up the stairs. Now the safe is going to be located right beside it. You could bring the compacted version of the Amulet of Glory if you want, but I don't have that personally. I mean, it's quite expensive per charge anyways. Moving on, we have the Draenor Manor safes. And so the quickest way to get there is by using Draenor Village Quick Lodestone, which is actually closer than Amulet of Glory teleport. Just run north and surge, and finally enter the mansion. Now the room you're going to enter is to your left, and yeah, you'll pretty much see 2 safes inside. Then the next safe we'll be going to is Edgeville General Store. You're going to need Wilderness Sword 1 or better, which offers unlimited teleports, but otherwise Amulet of Glory to Edgeville works just fine. You're going to enter the General Store and pretty much climb up the ladder. Now the safe should be located in the southeast corner upstairs. Then the next safe we're going to be going to is the Lumbridge safe. So you're going to quick lodestone to Lumbridge and immediately hit surge. After that, just enter Bob's shop, which should be the second house to your south. And finally just climb up the stairs. So on the right side of the stairs you'll finally see the safe. So there's also another safe in Lumbridge, and so you can either use the Lumbridge teleport spell or just run north and keep going. This should be the first house north of the lodestone. And so just climb up the stairs and open the door south of the stairs. Finally, we're going to go to the Varrock safes. Now this is optional and I'll explain later in a minute. You're going to want to get there by using the Varrock teleport spell, which requires air, fire, and law runes. You're also going to want to set your teleport Varrock spell to the fountain, but I mean by default it should be set to that already. Then you're going to surge and bladed dive to the Varrock palace and climb the first staircase you enter. Now you're going to go to the room to your right after that and then climb up the ladder. Finally, just open the door and go to your left. You're now going to have to picklock the door to enter the treasury room, which actually requires 65 thieving as well as a lockpick in order to do so. It will definitely require several tries, especially at low levels, which is essentially why it's optional, and it's probably not even worth doing if you're just starting out. Like it takes me 20 seconds to get here, even on a max account. So at this point, all the other safes should reset. If you did exclude Varrock, then there will be some downtime. Before the first safe resets, don't forget that every 2 rotations you're going to want to hand in the pilfer points if you're using the medium loot bag. If you're going to exclude Varrock though, you're going to want to hand this in every 3 or 4 rotations. So the XP rate you can get for this is up to 450k thieving XP per hour, but I think it's as low as 350k XP per hour if you were to exclude the Varrock safes. You also get from as little as 650 to as much as 800 pilfer points per hour. But because of this, you actually do loot a lot of safes anyways. So the next route I'll be talking about is the level 69 thieving route. First, I'll start off with the Al Kharid safes. So just quick lodestone to Al Kharid and then go to the house north of the lodestone. The safe should just be located directly south of the bed, so just don't forget to turn your camera if you don't see it. There's also another safe in here, and so after exiting the house, you're just going to surge straight west. So then climb up the nearby stairs and finally loot the safe to your east, which is on the rooftop. Moving on, I'm going to be going to the Polnavich safes. So this is located in the mayor's house, and so that requires the feud quest complete. Now there are a couple of ways to get here. The way I'm getting here is by using the Slayer Cape teleport to Simona and then running south. The Ring of Slaying can also teleport to Simona as well. The other way to get here fast efficiently is by using the Master Camouflage outfit, which has unlimited teleports to Polnavich, and it'll land you right beside the well. Finally, if you don't have any of the above, then just attune your house to Polnavich and just use the house teleport spell, then surge diagonally south. I mean, for players with 69 thieving, this is probably the most realistic, efficient way to get here. Anyhow, just open the door and go to the northwest corner, then you're going to loot both safes adjacent to each other. So then the next safe I'll be going to is the Narda safe. You're going to use your Desert Amulet 2 or higher for a direct teleport. Now this requires the medium desert task complete, so just enter the house to your right and pretty much climb the stairs. The safe should be nearby, so don't forget to turn your camera angle to see it. After that, we're going to be going to the Merchant District safes. So you're going to quick lodestone to Menaphos, which requires the Jack of Spades quest complete. After that, you're going to want to go to the Shifting Tombs entrance and right click, then select Merchant District. From there on, just go southeast, and this should be located one building south of the general store. There's also another safe here in this same district, so after that, just go run north and west, and just go across the crossroads basically. There should then be one building north of the second bank. The next location I'll be going to is the Ports District, and so you're going to go back to Shifting Tombs portal and right click. Of course, you're going to select the Ports District, and then you'll see the location which is south of the Shifting Tombs, and a little bit north of the docks actually. Unfortunately though, you're going to have to walk all the way around to get to the entrance. So now the last location is the Imperial District. You're going to want to go to any ferry ring. I think the most realistic access for people with 69 thieving is probably Taco Zo to Fight Caves. Anyways, the ferry ring code for this is CKQ. Now there are two safes here. Either you can go to the north or the southeast safe. I would only suggest you do either one of them, because you'll definitely have enough time for your next trip anyways. The north one is closer, but it does require tier 5 Imperial District reputation. Otherwise, just do the southeast one if you don't have access to the north one. I would say the safe is pretty optional, as people that don't have the appropriate teleports for the other safes might not need this anyways to fill in the rotation. At this point though, every other safe should reset, and every free rotations you should pretty much hand in the pilfer points if you're using a medium loot bag. So with that being said, you can get up to 525k thieving XP per hour, and anywhere as low as 400k thieving XP per hour. As for the pilfer points per hour, well, it's around 600 to 650. The next route I'll be talking about is the level 76 thieving route. First, you're going to want to go to the Berthorpe Castle roof. So you're going to quick lodestone to Berthorpe, then run north and climb the ladder to the roof. Then you're going to open the equipment door rooms, and finally loot both safes which are adjacent to each other. Moving on, we're just going to go to the Mining Guild Castle. And so the fastest way to get there is by using the skills necklace to Mining Guild. You're going to have to open a couple of doors, and yeah, the first door you're going to open is directly west, and then open both doors south, and then the door to your east. Then finally climb up the ladder, and then loot the safe to your north. Then the next safe I'll be going to are the Port Sarum safes. You're going to want to use your Captain's Log teleport, and then exit the portal. After that, you're going to go one room west, which is Brian's Battle Axe shop. So you're going to climb upstairs, and you'll see the safe which is directly south of the stairs. Now the Captain's Log does require access to player-owned ports, which you need at least one level 90 skill. Otherwise, if you don't have that, that's fine. Just use the Port Sarum lodestone, then surge north, and you can finally get to his house. There's also a second safe, and the house is just right beside this. Once you get inside the store, just climb up the ladder, and east of the ladder you should see the safe upstairs. Finally, we're going to be going to the Black Knight Fortress safes. You're going to want to use the Skull of Remembrance teleport. Once you arrive, if you click right underneath the portal, you should see the option to climb down the staircase. You do not want to click the Ritual portal, because that's not the correct location. The room should be located just southwest of the stairs. So yeah, there are two safes right beside each other. You must do the Death of Chivalry quest in order to access this. This is pretty much a low level quest, as most free-to-play players have done it before being a member anyways. If you don't have access to this, then well, you might as well just stick with the safes near the Falador Fountain. At this point though, every other safe should reset, and every free rotations you should pretty much hand in the pilfer points if you're using a medium loot bag. Using this route, you can get up to 550k thieving XP per hour, and as low as 450k XP per hour. I think it's around 500 pilfer points per hour. The next set of safes I'll be going to will require 83 thieving. First, you're going to go quick lodestone to Yanil, then run slightly southeast and enter the room. Now the safe is going to be located directly south behind the crates. You could try to use Bladed Dive to get here fast anyways. There's also another safe, and that is located inside the bar. If you leave the house and then surge diagonally, you'll be able to enter this location, which is one house to your east. So then climb up the ladder and you'll see the safe to your south. After that, we're going to be going to the Camelot Castle safes. You're pretty much just going to use your Camelot teleport from your regular spellbook, which should land you outside the castle. Then you're going to open the gate and you're going to surge inside the castle. This should be located by opening a door to your west and then looting both safes, as they're pretty much right beside each other anyways. Moving on, let's go to the RD Marketplace. Just use your RD teleport spell and enter the house directly west and climb up the stairs. So if you open the door right beside the stairs, you'll pretty much see the safe right there. Then the next safe I'll be going to is the north house of the RD Marketplace. You could use your RD teleport or just run out of this house basically. Anyways, it's located north of the bakery stall, so just enter it and climb up the stairs, then open a door and go to the next room. You'll pretty much see it a little to your south anyways. The last safe in this rotation I suggest is Jimmy Dazzler's house. Just use your West RD teleport tablet and then exit West RD. Now you're going to go directly north and open the door to your right, and finally climb up the stairs. And right beside it you should see the last safe. Now you can also do the 2 RD castle safes, but this actually takes a while to walk around from here anyways. For anyone who doesn't know already, the West RD tablet is obtained from chipping a regular RD teleport tablet, and so you're going to use your teleport tablet on the Evil Dave spellbook. In order to obtain this book, well, you need to complete Evil Dave's Big Day Out quest. This is a mid-level quest anyways, and I don't think there's any good way to get here aside from this, I think. I mean, if you don't have this unlocked, that's fine. Just pretty much skip this safe anyways. Other teleports to get here are just too slow to be worth it, you know? Otherwise, by skipping this safe, you will have 30 seconds to 1 minute downtime before all others reset. So every 3 to 4 rotations, don't forget to hand in your pilfer points if you're going to use the medium loot bag. With that being said, you should be able to get up to 675k thieving XP per hour, and I think as low as probably 575k XP per hour if you were to exclude Jimmy Dazzler's safes. For pilfer points, it's probably around 500 per hour. Last but not least, let's talk about the 90 plus thieving route, and that is actually going to be including the wilderness. So here's my equipment setup. First, I have the full master camouflage outfit, which is actually always kept on death even in the wilderness. You also want to bring any weapon, and that is with mobile perk on it. Then after that, you want to bring Jenika's ring, and that's really the only way you're going to get out of the wilderness. Finally, you're going to bring Slayer Cape. For my inventory setup, you want to bring medium loot bag, as well as a portable fairy ring. You're finally going to want to tool belt your scope. So here are the items that are protected from the wilderness death. The 3 items you'll be protecting are Slayer Cape, Abyssal Whip, which is the item with mobile perk on it, and finally the medium loot bag. You're pretty much only risking portable fairy ring. Now you also want to make sure you turn off both the player attack option as well as the NPC attack option, just to avoid being skull tricked. You're going to want a quick lodestone to the wilderness volcano, otherwise you're going to want to use the Karalingar teleport from your ancient spellbook, since it's actually closer to the obelisk. I would honestly prefer not to bring any runes or teleport tablets, so I think the quick lodestone's also free as well if you completed the wilderness hard task. Anyways, what I did was right click choose destination, and this requires the hard wildy task complete, otherwise the destination chosen is random. You're going to select level 50 wilderness for the rogue castle. Once you arrive to the rogue's castle, you're going to want to enter from the side door to your west side. Then you're going to go to the northeast corner and climb up the stairs, and run to the room directly west. You might want to try to close the door, so that way if any PKers arrive, it delays their attack a little bit. Anyways, you're just going to loot all 3 safes, and that's pretty much a blessing to see all 3 of them here, eh? After you loot the first safe, try to keep track of the exact time you looted, because they take around 5 minutes to respawn. Personally myself, I haven't encountered a PKer here, but I hear it's very rare to encounter a PKer anyways. If you see someone logging in, just immediately exit to the lobby. Personally, I did see a few people trading here. You're just going to want to exit this place and operate Jenika's ring. Now Jenika's ring is basically a quest reward from the Summer's End quest. What ends up happening is, you'll end up in the spirit realm, which is a safe zone. Now the exact location is just outside the castle, right beside the stack of crates. Unfortunately it won't work if you're teleblocked however. You could otherwise try hopping to World 106 Bounty Hunter World, which will end you up in Edgeville instantly. Then you're going to hop back to your main world of course. Unfortunately, the reason why I don't suggest this is, well, every time you hop worlds, the safe respawn time increases by 1 minute. Also, I think Jagex is planning to remove the Bounty Hunter world anyways, so the next location I'll be going to is the Morgul Fortress. You're going to want to use your portable fairy ring from your inventory, and then select the Glacial Cave. The code for this is DKQ. So the portable fairy ring is craftable at level 94 invention. Otherwise, you're going to want to use Taco Zo to fight caves, and then run a little bit north. Now the reason why I don't want to use Taco Zo is because, well, I don't want to risk it anyways. So you're going to want to run northeast, and then surge and finally exit the cave. Then you're going to keep going west until you see the fortress. So just enter this and go north, then go to the first door to your right. Now you're going to go south and you'll see 4 safes to loot. This requires the Curse of Arav quest, as well as Dishonor Among Thieves in order to access the fortress. It also requires up to level 96 thieving in order to loot all 4 safes. By using the teleport location, this requires the Ritual of the Majorat quest complete. I don't even think there's an alternative fast way to get here anyways. So finally, this takes 10 minutes to respawn instead of 5 minutes. Once you looted all 4 safes, just go back to the Rogue Castle safes. At this point, they should be able to respawn, which is exactly why you want to keep track of when you first looted the first wilderness safe. If you're done looting the last Zimorgel safe, and there's like 1 minute remaining, then you want to do a safe near the Yanil lodestone, just to fill in the time basically. I've already explained how to get to the wilderness safes, and once again, to exit to safety, just use the Jenika's ring teleport to Spirit Realm. This time, instead of going to the Zimorgel safes, you're going to go to Xanaris. The fastest way to get there is by using the Slayer Cape teleport and selecting the fourth option, which is the Xanaris Slayer Master. You're going to want to run north and then go diagonally southeast. If you don't have 99 Slayer, that's fine. Just go all the way from the fairy ring to get there. So anyways, when you enter, you're going to have to pay a diamond, but it's not needed if you completed the Fairy Tale Part 3 quests. So the first safe is just located one house north of the entrance. Then the second safe is located in the southwest corner of the marketplace. Now this requires 90 and 94 thieving respectively, as well as the Lost City quest to access. Of course, you're going to want to complete Fairy Tale Part 3 quests, just to avoid paying for the entrance basically. Just like the Zimorgel safe, this also takes 10 minutes to respawn. There will be some downtime before the wilderness safe respawns. So yeah, just quick lodestone to Yanil, then open the first door south near the lodestone. Right beside the stack of crates, you'll see the safe located there. Once you're done looting that, you should pretty much be able to go to the wilderness safe. So to sum this all up, you're pretty much going to be alternating between Zimorgel and Xanaris. With the medium loot bag, you should pretty much be able to hand this fully in every 20 minutes or so. Now this time I'm going to be using the camouflage outfit teleport to Thieves Guild instead of the teleport tablets, cause yeah, I don't want to risk it basically. You can get a whopping 1 mil thieving XP per hour from this, and I think it's around 500k thieving XP per hour if you were to AFK the wilderness safes only. As for pilfer points per hour, well, it's under 500 per hour. So in conclusion, here are the summary of the XP rates. I didn't do 1 hour tests for everything, since it wasn't always needed and it's pretty consistent anyways. Now you'll notice that every test had a huge margin of XP per hour, right? Well, it's very hard to give you an accurate overall XP rate, since there are too many variables with how fast you loot a safe. Like some people don't have access to the best teleports available, you know? Also, you don't have to follow the highest tier safe available you can do, since some of them are harder to access without quests or tasks, or even other unlocks. It's honestly up to you to choose whichever safes you want to loot. But yeah, I do have a raw footage for all rotations, and I'll leave the links in the description. Now this is a very long video, as I did show each and every single path, but either way, I'm glad you listened all the way through. So yeah, thanks for watching and I hope it helps. If I missed anything, feel free to ask.